There is no somebody took it down.
Bitcoin is
Very peaceful.
good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Real Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5, staying alive here in Dubai. Thank you for watching my videos. Thanks for hitting a like, subscribe, the bell button, and everything to notify you whenever I do a new video. I'm not going to be doing charts today. I want to talk about, my favorite subject because you know what? I think you guys need to hear a few things, right? One, people tell me all the time, and ask me the question, will Bitcoin hit an all-time high again? And I know I said I wouldn't bring up any charts, but I mean, if you did take a look at a yearly chart, right, or even a quarterly chart of Bitcoin, right, and tell me that does not look like it's in a bull market and it will hit an all-time high. Has Bitcoin ever, lost its all-time high and never saw it again? Has there ever been a history of Bitcoin where, it's gone so high and hey, you know what? It's never coming back. It's never coming back to its all-time high. No, that's not true. We could take a look at on a log scale, right, of Bitcoin, and you can see that it always goes back to its all-time high. I'm just going to show you the raw price action so that you see that yourself. So I'm going to quickly bring up a chart and show you exactly what Bitcoin looks like throughout its history. Now, you can see that, it made an all-time high here, came back down, beat that all-time high and came back down, beat that all-time high, came back down, beat that all-time high, and came back down. So if you're asking that question, you haven't seen this chart. All right, so we've established that, right? That Bitcoin will get back to its previous all-time high. Now the question is why? Why? Why is Bitcoin always coming back and beating its all-time high? Shouldn't it be like tulips where it never comes back to its all-time high? How about the Nikkei? Right? The Japanese stock market. It never came back to its all-time high. It's been more than 40 years. Yes. What's going on there? Right? Well, the difference between Bitcoin, tulips, and the Nikkei is huge. One, there's a limited supply of Bitcoin. There's never going to be any more than 21 million. If you try to make more than 21 million, it's not Bitcoin. You've just created a new currency. That's it. That's all you've done. If you try, let me repeat that again so that you understand. If you try to add more Bitcoin, all you've done is created a new currency. You don't have Bitcoin anymore. So we're clear on that, right? So this makes Bitcoin, a special type of asset that's geared for money. This is one of the key features, one of the many key features, but I think there are two top features that I want to discuss about Bitcoin that most people are surprised about and don't know, is that, it is a protocol which is not the same as, for example, when you compare it to a car or a plane, you say, well, somebody invented the plane that we still using the first Wright Brothers plane? No. Are we still using the Model T? No. So what makes you think we're going to use Bitcoin in the future? Okay. First off, you have to understand what a protocol is. Protocol is a means of communications. It's a language. It's not like a product, right? It's not a product. It's not like the cell phone, right? It's not physical, right? Any more than English is physical. Is English language a physical asset? No, you can't. Let's call it a physical asset. It is a means that we communicate right now. There are other languages, of course, and languages that have been invented, such as Klingon. But we're not all switching to Klingon now, are we? So, you can't really just come up with a new language, right? And expect it to take off. Even though, hey, somebody could sit down and hammer out the best language there is. But we're not switching to it. Why is that? Because we're used to it. We've ossified our language, our languages, basically. They're both in written text and also in everyday when we speak. So is Bitcoin like that? Is Bitcoin, since Bitcoin is I've told you that Bitcoin's a language, is it like that? Well, to some degree, yes. It's not as hard-grained, like, for example, the language of English and Spanish and, Japanese and so forth, right? But thinking of another type of language, which is the TCP/IP, which is a little bit younger than English, right? TCP/IP is the backbone language of the internet, if you don't know. It is how everything gets transferred across the network, and the network, and it's very inefficient. It was actually considered the worst protocol, yet today we are using it every single day. And everybody tells me that Bitcoin's the worst protocol because it's too slow. Yeah, so was TCP/IP. Yet we built layers, we came up with systems in order to allow us to expand it beyond its capabilities originally, when it was originally designed. And why did that happen? How did that happen? How? Because when you think about it, right? Comparing your TCP/IP to to a Ford Model T is like saying, well, I bought a Ford Model T back in 1907, and I was about to say 2007, but 1907, and all of a sudden, look at that, it's a friggin' Rolls-Royce Phantom. How did that happen? Man, those developers, man, they worked on it and upgraded me to a Rolls-Royce Phantom? That's crazy. And that's exactly what's happened, right? With TCP/IP, automatically upgraded by developers over time. And people decided to use those upgrades and so forth. So that's what's happening with Bitcoin. It will get upgraded over time because people are working on upgrading it all the time. And it will get stronger, faster, and better. Because it is a protocol that solves a lot of financial problems that our governments and banks have created. Right? So that's one of the key things about Bitcoin. If you need to know what it is, it's money, basically. It is money, just money. Right? It will be used on a daily basis as money. You could say, no, it's not, all you want, right? Just like people said, right? Because every time new technology came, everybody agreed that it was going to be the best technology that everybody was going to use, and no one was going to complain about, no one's going to mention that there's problems with infrastructure and stuff like that. That's possible because you need chicken, it's a chicken and egg problem, right? Like, they invented cars. Who knew? Who's going to use a car? You can't get gas. Where you can get gas? This thing gets stuck in the mud all the time. How you gonna get pulled out by a horse? Right? You gotta build special roads for that thing. Yet today, we have gas stations and special roads for cars. Yeah, it does happen over time. We do build infrastructure for technology that's better than what we've used before. And how do you know that Bitcoin is better than we used it before? Go to the bank and try taking out $5,000. Huh? What would happen? Or how about this? I want you to transfer $10,000 within 10 seconds to another bank around the world, or to somebody else around the world within 10 seconds. Oh, you can't do that? How about an hour? Oh, you can't do that? Okay, fine. 6 hours. What? You still can't? What? You can't do that? Okay, fine. 24 hours. Oh, you still can't do that either. That's crazy. So you can see, right? It's 1,000 times better than what you're using today because of the banking system. Not only that, the banking system is a form of control, right? If you are, behaving badly, and, if the government is, in fact, if the government's behaving badly and you want to protest against the government, they can just take your bank account. You shouldn't do that. Can't protest. Shouldn't be protest. What? We want to kill off a bunch of people. Can't protest against that. So it allows you to have some freedom, right? To protect your friends and family men, your countrymen. I think you like that. Right? Also, one of the key things I love about Bitcoin, which most people don't understand, is that the special thing about Bitcoin, which no other money has ever had beyond the fixed supply. The other special thing is that Bitcoin can be associated with not just a person, it can be associated with a thing. And I know I've said this many times, but I want to say it again because it's so important. It's so mind-blowing that you have to stop and think about this and realize how important and how much technology will come because of this one feature. When you have money associated with a person, there's limited things you can do. You have to build a corporation, trust company, and so forth, that is subjected to the laws of the government. So effectively, if the government decides, we're going to write into law that that money over there belongs to us, your company is subjected to obeying those laws. That's the way it is, right? Oh, they'll never do that. They'll never do that. Yeah, but everybody says that they'll stop Bitcoin, right? Yeah, they can stop Bitcoin. Yes, just like they stopped you're right, absolutely right. Just like they stopped the Gutenberg press, because every single government on the planet, when the Gutenberg press was invented, tried to stop it. They burned books. They destroyed the machines. They were easy to find. The same with the books. And that's why today we don't have books. Oh, wait. So, that's not happening. The best they can do is slow it down, and they've done a good job of slowing it down with the ETF, both with the ETF, the commodities exchange, and so forth, with the fact that you can borrow against your Bitcoins and lend your Bitcoins. All that combined together has slowed down the price action. This is why we're here today, below the previous all-time high, right? Which nobody expected, right? Because that only was possible through the government mandating, because they knew what it was, what's coming to them. So they have to do what they can to slow it down. And perception's everything. So keeping the price down relays perception that Bitcoin's no good, and that's not the case. They can only slow it down. They cannot stop it. So if you own some Bitcoin, eventually there's going to be applications beyond what you thought was possible. Just like when we invented electricity. Everybody only saw the ability to light their house with the electricity. Just like everybody sees the only ability is to transfer wealth from one person to another without somebody stopping it. Yes, local currency can do that, right? Actual physical cash can do that. But this can be done across the world. Now, that's amazing in and of itself, but having a robot own currency, or a machine own currency, or your car own currency, or money, basically, because Bitcoin is effectively will be money, not currency, means that you do not need any company or person. And it always follows the instructions, even if the laws say, no, you need to give me that money. The machine's not going to listen to that. And let's just say they drone bombed the machine. Well, that doesn't solve their problem because it only destroys the money. So they got a little bit of a problem. The government's, they've got a big problem that Bitcoin, not only creates the problem for governments, but actually frees the rest of humanity, frees it in such a way that we are no longer subjugated to the whims of government regulation to prevent you from earning a living and making money, right? Which is 50% of our economy, which is how we survive today. We don't go out and hunt, kill, farm directly anymore. Other people specializing in that do those things. And then we specialize in other things. So money allows us to specialize in different aspects. And it also is right now as a form of control. But once we take away that form of control from them, it frees all of us to be better human beings, to be more productive, more financially well off, and more caring and sharing with other people. Because right now, our current system is about robbing and stealing and destroying humanity. You see it every day when you look at the United States and you see all the nonsense that doesn't make any sense. Like overeating and being fat is beautiful and good when it's not. It's unhealthy. Are you playing? Did you read 1984? Oh my God. And that, that's not the whole of it, right? But that's just a small example. So all that goes away. All that nonsense goes away because that comes from the top 0.1% who get free printed money. Their only objective is control over you because they have unlimited money. Right? So if you have unlimited money, what do you want next? Well, you want control over the biggest resource on the planet. What's that? Oh, that's not oil. Oh, that's not air. No. That's not water either, right? That's people. Because people can make things. People can make oil, or energy. People can make air if they have to because they need it, right? And they can make water if they have to, right? They can eventually come up with ways to solve problems, right? That's the biggest resource on the planet. It's people. And that's why the top 0.1% want to control people, because if you can, you have everything. Right? If you can do that, you have everything. So anybody who says that they're not about control, right, that's fine. I'm not going to try to convince you of any kind of clear and present conspiracy that's obvious. Right? That's not my job here. What it is to point out that how Bitcoin will save the day, and you need to start buying and saving it for that future. Because if you just hold a small amount, right? When I told people just buy a small $1 worth of Bitcoin, it was just so that I could show you that in the future how much it was worth, and I was right about it. And that even that small amount that you got way back then, will be like, oh my God, wow, you got what? You have like, oh man, you got 10 million Satoshis? Wow. That's how it's going to be in the future. That's how it's going to be in the future. That's how it's going to be in the future. So make sure you get those Bitcoins, get those Satoshis. Even if it's not a whole Bitcoin, get those sats. Start stacking those sats. Because it is the next money. And you absolutely need to be a part of it. Thanks for watching.